Let me unpack this idea. It's a big word, second order change. Let me help explain what that means. So I'm going to take you on a little bit of a journey. So our world right now is organized around social systems, healthcare system, political system, financial system. Those systems are currently stressed and unstable. And when those systems become unstable, they start to perturate or oscillate or gyrate. And they become unmoored from that which holds them in place, which causes them to break down. And our world, our political system, particularly in America, is a version of that kind of a breakdown, but it's lots of systems. And not just, of course, in this country, but all around the world. But those systems can also, when they become unmoored from that which holds them in place, they can break through as well, because nothing holding them in place. That's why this is such a pivotal moment on the planet, because it's possible. Evolutionary biology calls that punctuated equilibrium, when profound transformation can happen very rapidly. So when they break through, what they're breaking through to is a higher order of social value. They're breaking through to a higher order of possibility and social value, or a higher level of complexity and coherence, which is what evolution actually represents. And so that's called second order change. And my book that I wrote called Social Change 2.0, A Blueprint for Reinventing the World, is the how-to of that. And the three social innovations that represent the Reinventing the Planet plan, there's actually 5 social innovations. Let me speak to each of them. One is around climate, so bringing second order change to climate change. We've built a social innovation called WU-Block, designed to change behavior at scale. We've built a social innovation around peace on earth. It's a game. It comes out of this experience of passing fire around the world, which engaged a billion people, and which brought the world together for 86 days where there was peace on earth in 1986. We've now built that into a game which has 7 actions that grew out of that experience that are about to be unleashed on planet Earth. And we call that Peace on Earth by 2030. Crazy idea that we can create it that fast. But what if we could? And then the third one is to look at the cycle of poverty in the developing world and that seemingly insoluble issue of transforming the development trajectory in these countries. But when you bring agency and second-order change tools, you open up a possibility that currently doesn't exist because there's no capacity for change at this level. So we call that Imagine, and it's now all over the world. And it's designed to look at the highest leverage, which is the empowerment of women. Because if you empower a woman, you empower a community. You empower a community, you empower a country. You empower a country, you can empower a whole continent. We've got strategies for Africa, for India, for the Middle East, and for Central Asia. So those are the 3 components. And the foundation of second-order change has 5 ideas. The first idea is agency. I am and I can. And there's a whole body of knowledge on how you enable or how you empower people to envision and create what they want. And empower communities. And empower any part of the social system. The second one is how you design a transformative social change strategy to get from here to there. Each of these social innovations is embedded in a social change strategy that is transformative. Not reactive, but transformative. The third is how you architect a social innovation that's able to achieve second-order change, defined as behavior change at scale, that embeds the transformational strategy or is embedded in the transformational strategy and is embedded with agency. The fourth is how you bring a whole system together so no one feels left out. We call that synergy as an accelerator of social change. And the fifth one is around how you disseminate or diffuse this, how you scale this behavior change at scale. There's a whole body of knowledge about how you work through the diffusion of an innovation and begin to scale it. We've had experiences from small to large of putting those kinds of models, diffusion of innovation it's often called, into practice. And our goal is to do that, and to do that over the next, 10 years, through the decade of the 20s. And if we are successful, the world looks very different. It'll be an amazing world. And we need help, though, because it's all based on the bottom up. And you're part of the bottom up as being a human being on the planet. That's where you live. You may have many other roles in your life, but we want to appeal specifically to you as a human being responsible at this moment in time for the state of the world. And your children, or your children's children, or your future children. And I want to say one more thing about this design. When you create behavior change at scale and you activate change from the bottom, it enables change to come in from the top. Because now you have what activates a whole system is behavioral change, demand. And then the supply side solutions start to come in. The policies now have people who are ready to participate in them. The new technologies now have people that will engage with them. So you now have what we call a whole system solution, activated from the bottom, but that brings the whole system together. Because as powerful as second order change is, it's not enough. As powerful as first order change is, we certainly see it's not enough. But if you can bring them together, social change, what call it 1.0, which is primarily change through passing laws or financial incentives or protest or awareness campaigns, with 2.0, which is agency and behavior change at scale through these social innovations, you have what we would call a new operating system, which we could call social change 3.0. 1 plus 2 equals 3. And 3 is this profound number of catalysts. It's a catalytic number. 1 and 2, if you use the model of 1 is the unitive or the masculine, and 2 is the feminine, 3 is the child that gets born out of that, which is what's possible. And it's where the creativity happens. That's what's possible. And that's what we have brought to the table. And we have 40 years of experience learning how to do that. And we've created an amazing, amazing team of people that are filling in all the pieces of the puzzle, from bottom to top, all over the world. We're ready. It's time. We can do this.